Miss Pantry, and today we have, as you see in the title, another ugly chicken recipe. Look at that, ugly chicken thighs in a jar, but so delicious. And the broth that's on here is all gelled and gelatinous because of the bones and the cartilage and all that. So you're getting all that. Love this. It's so good, so moist, so delicious. And I canned this last October, so no problem. Which it wouldn't be even if it was 3 or 4 Octobers from now. Anyway, so I've got my pint, which is 3 thighs in here. My pint of ugly chicken. I am gonna make one of my very favorites, rolled tacos. And so I'm gonna make some ugly chicken rolled tacos. Delicious, easy, feeds a crowd. I mean, this pint, if I was gonna do a quart, I could do a whole sheet pan, but I'm gonna do them in the air fryer. So we're gonna do it on a little smaller scale. I am inside of my ugly chicken. I am going to put some Thrive onions because the chicken is going to be super moist. Even though I'm going to drain off the broth, pull the skin and everything, it's still very moist because it's raw packed. This right here is Poblano peppers. I'm not going to use both of them, but I went ahead and blistered both of them, and they've been sweating for the last 20 minutes or so. And I'm going to put Poblano peppers, Thrive diced onions, so freeze-dried onions. That'll absorb some of that moisture because you want your filling a little bit on the dry side. And so I'm going to add, this is fun, I was going to do a little pepper jack, but I got some cotija cheese, which is salty. I'm going to put that on top afterwards, but I'm also going to put inside a little bit of the cotija and a little bit of mozzarella because it's very mild. I've already got the peppers, so I didn't want to add pepper jack. I wanted to kind of, and I'm almost out. So, hey, we're going to use what we got. And we're going to air fry these. I am going to get these pliable in some oil. Let me get these peppers peeled, the chicken drained, and we'll start assembling. All right? I'll bring you down close and I'll show you what goes in the bowl with the chicken. Yeah. I'm just going to tell you, these are addicting. Okay, delicious. So the first thing I'm going to do, as you can see, I've already peeled one of the Poblanos. So good. I'm going to do the other one on camera for you, but I want to open my chicken so you can see the ugly chicken. This is a Tatler opener. I'll try to link that in the description below. And got a good seal. It literally, I have to pry that off. And this one, if you can see on the edge of this ring, there's 3 little black marks. That means I've used this gasket 3 times. So I'm gonna, next time I can with it, I'll put another mark on it. You can use them 10 times. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and look how thick and gelatinous that broth is. I'm going to get as much of that out of there without pulling the chicken out. And getting some of that, all that gelatin. This makes the best rice, or you add water. It's concentrated broth, as you know, it's bone broth. So you add that to rice or to your next dumpling recipe. Yum. Anyway, I want to make chicken and dumplings, but we're getting past that time of the year for the weather. So now I'm going to go ahead and get my chicken out of my jar. And I have my handy dandy. And then I'll have to obviously get the bones. Oh, there's some more of that stuff. Let's get that. I know that looks disgusting, but hey, I want this in the broth bowl. So, where's my broth bowl? Okay, so we're gonna put that. See, that's just good stuff. Good for you if you have any inflammation, all that. That bone broth is awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna get the chicken out of here. It's challenging, but I'm gonna do it. And I'm probably going to get the skin and the bone and all that off of here out of here off camera. I'm going to put gloves on and get that done. And then you fill this jar. Yeah, I'm probably, in fact, I know I am, not probably, but I'm going to put everything that came out of there right back in. Okay. And that will be for, I'll just fill the jar with water, and that'll be a really nice pint of broth or 2 cups of broth to use for rice or soup or whatever I want. And I'll just keep it in the fridge until I'm ready to use it. Okay, off to the side. Now, wipe off my hands a little bit. So know that we're going to get this chicken, we're going to get the bones out of there, we're going to get the skin off, it's going to get prepped. And we're going to go ahead and, yeah, it's going to be fantastic. Okay, so I wanted to show you how easy it is on the other pepper, even though I'm probably not using both poblanos unless they're really mild. So you sweat those, I put it over the gas burner and just sweat after I got them all charred. And then I sweat them in a bag for however long you need. And then you just take your paper towel and you're gonna, all that skin is just gonna come right off. Absolutely beautiful, because the skin is tough and you don't want that in your chicken taco. Oh, and I love poblano peppers. I'll dice up both of these, and I will put some of it for omelets. And yeah, so you just kind of get that paper towel to do the work for you. You might get a little messy yourself, but hey, no problem. Okay, that slipped the skin perfectly, right? Okay, a little bit more. It's okay if you leave a little bit of char. That char is what's going to give a little bit of a kind of a cool flavor too. Okay, so now let's wipe our hands a little bit. And we're going to go to the next move. Okay, so now that I've got that, I still need a paper towel here. So I'm going to go ahead and split that poblano open. Right? And I want that seed cap out of there. So that has to come out. And I'm going to get that over onto a paper towel. Again, this paper towel is just going to aid in getting those seeds out of there for me. And any of that stringy membrane that's in there. You can rinse these, but you don't want to rinse off all that charred flavor, so I don't do it. Okay, now, and then other people will just take and grab that cap, you know, but I really feel like if you give yourself a little bit of wiggle room, it'll happen on its own. Okay, pull that out, get all those seeds you can out of there. Sorry, some of it is on camera, some of it's not. Know what I'm doing is, yeah, it's good. Okay, and I really didn't have to do both of these on camera because I'm only going to use one, to tell you the truth. I want to test the heat on these. Let me rinse really quick. And okay, so I'm going to test the heat on the peppers because I want to make sure that I'm not putting too many in my tacos because there's not that much meat, right? So I'm going to get a little taste of this one. Yeah, not hot at all. Not at all. Let's taste this one. I want a little bit of heat, so I may have to add heat. Okay, let's taste this one. Yeah, sweet, not hot at all. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to have some heat. I like a little bit of heat only because, well, I like it spicy. Not unbearable by any means, but I do want a little bit of heat. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the bigger pepper into a bag for maybe a chili relleno or something like that. Oh, wouldn't that be good? Okay, and we'll cut this one up. Get these seeds out of here. We'll get this cut up. And all right, and so you're just, these are already cooked. If you get a few seeds in there, don't worry about it. I'm not going to worry about it because this pepper is not hot at all. So I'm probably going to add some cayenne pepper to the mix just to give a little bit of background, you know, background heat. But how fun is this? Okay, so that's that on the Poblano. Yeah. Yum, yum. Okay. We'll get this set aside. And we're going to start with the chicken. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so now that I've got the chicken, everything off there, it's super moist. That's the one thing I do love about having the, you know, the raw packed chicken. So I'm going to add a tablespoon eyeball of Thrive diced onions. Freeze-dried, delicious, absolutely. We're going to add a little bit of Johnny's garlic. I gotta have garlic. And you could do fresh, but I'm in a hurry. We're going to do some red pepper flakes. Just a few for a little bit of heat. You could use cayenne, or you could leave it out and just do all very mild. For the wimpy lippers in my audience, let's do mild and don't do any pepper flakes. These peppers are not hot at all. They just have a wonderful, absolutely delicious flavor. So we're gonna go ahead with that. And we need the mixture kind of dry because we don't want to make our tortillas soggy, as Jenny tells us. Okay, let's get this. Look how good that looks. Oh, already. Yum. Okay, I want to add a little bit of the cotija in here. It'll add a little salt. As you notice, I'm not adding any salt. We're going to add just a little bit. I'll add some more on the top. Maybe we'll break off, oh, I don't know, a tablespoon, maybe? I don't want this to be too salty. So good. And then, now I could use Thrive mozzarella and refresh it and do all that, but I have some mozzarella, and I'm using mozzarella because the cotija has such a great flavor. I just want the ooey gooiness of the mozz. You can use pepper jack or you can use Colby jack. I wouldn't use cheddar, only because I gotta break up that cotija. I wouldn't use the cheddar only because it's got so much fat, and this chicken already has, you know, the fat content because it's chicken thighs. Okay, so then now we've got that good dry kind of, you know, cohesive mixture. And I am going to give it a taste to make sure I've got my seasoning okay. I feel like we're good to go, and we're ready to roll some tacos. Look at that. Yum. Okay. Let's see what we got. I'll take a little bitty bite. Okay. Oh my gosh. I love the peppers in there. And the cotija is not too salty. It is not at all. So I'm going to leave it just the way I'm going to leave it just the way it is. And clean up my mess, because I just made a mess. All right. We'll be back. Okay, so here we are at the stove, and I've got some peanut oil down here. You can use whatever you want. We're just heating these tortillas through. We're not frying them, even though I know it sounds like it. We'll turn our heat down a little bit. We're just going to get them nice and pliable. Okay, that took no time. Okay. Okay, I broke that one. Man down. That's okay. Literally. Okay. Heat it. Done. Over here, get some paper toweling. This is what I'm doing. And I do a couple at a time and then I roll them. So we'll do one more for you and then we're going to roll. Oops, sorry. The oil is just to make these pliable, not any other. And oh, it gives such a good flavor too. Okay. Just can't overdo it or you're going to end up tearing your tortilla. Okay. Oh, why not? Let's do a couple more. I guess I break all the rules. So get in here, heat it through. Yep. Little on both sides. Perfect. My burner is now down on low, so that's good. Okay, pull it out. Blot any excess. Get after another one. I think I'm going to do all of these, and I'll be back when we're filling them. Okay, guys, so I've got my air fryer preheating. Sorry for the noise. And I'm going to go ahead and start rolling these. I've got all my shells here, nice and oiled. They're pliable, and I'm going to do it right here on top of the paper toweling. Maybe. And I'm going to try to salvage the one I poked a hole in. So, no other way to do this other than get in here and do it. So you need a couple, 2-3 tablespoons. You want it, like I said, you want enough to give it a nice little bit of filling, but don't overfill them or you'll regret it. You pat your tacos can't be too big, right? But I don't want them as small as a taquito like you buy already made. So here we go. We got one right there. Perfect. Yes. Perfect. Oh, somebody lost some filling. Okay. Can't have that seam side down. And I've got a rack over here that I'm going to be putting them on to. Okay, so this is the one that had the hole. Let's do the holy side on the, wrap it up. Let's do that. Okay, here we go. Like I said, don't get too much or you'll regret it. You'll have a blowout. And clean hands are the best tools, peeps. Okay, so see, I have a hole there, but I'm gonna roll it all the way, and now nobody even knows I did that. Over here, and once I get these all rolled, I'll show you when the air fryer is preheated. I'll put them into the air fryer. Okay, guys, so the air fryer is ready. I'm gonna spray some avocado oil. And I'm gonna I got 7 taquitos out of that pint of chicken. So I'm gonna lay these over here. This is all preheated. Give yourself a little bit of wiggle room. But I'm gonna try to get them all in here because I'm hungry. And these are gonna be for my lunch tomorrow as well as dinner tonight. Yum, look at that, perfect. And they'll kind of shrink up a little bit. All right, so we got our taquitos in there. I'm going to give it a little spray. I want them crispy, even though you really don't need to do that. You could bake these in the oven if you do not have an air fryer, but down she goes and off and running. All right, this should take about 7 minutes. We may have to turn them about halfway through. We'll check that, and I'll bring you back when I get them out of here, and I have them on my cooling rack. I'm going to have that over paper towels. I'm not going to try to eat the hot lava. But I will, I'll plate it up and show you what I got. All right. Okay, guys, so this is the halfway point. They're already crispy, busting at the seams. I'm going to say it's more than halfway, but I turned them all over. I mean, we have crispy. Look at that. So I'm going to probably put it in for another, I don't know, 2 minutes, maybe just a minute. Brown it up the rest of the way. We'll get it on our rack over here, and then when they cool and they're not hot lava, we'll have some good stuff. All right. This is like the best. It doesn't get too hot. It doesn't heat up the house. It doesn't transfer heat down onto my quartz. I love it. I'll put a link in the description box. Okay, we've gone long enough. I'm going to turn this off. And, woo, look at that. Can you hear it sizzle? Woo, doggy. Oh, and a couple of them had a blowout. Do you think that's going to change how that tastes? No. I had to use all the tortillas, whether they had issues or not. So look at that. Crispy, absolutely delicious. Little rolled tacos, bigger than a taquito. And this one got really brown on some of the edges, but that's okay. So I have the rack over paper toweling on my countertop. Look at that. There's a big blowout. I'll take that. No problem. So now I'm going to let the air fryer cool, and I'll scoot it off. And you know, I touch my countertop and there's not any heat at all underneath there. So, because I was worried about that with. Hey guys, okay. I'm so excited. These are still screaming hot. I don't know if I should even try. You know, okay. I like to dip it into the enchilada sauce, kind of like an au jus, you know, for a French dip. Okay. Ouch. Yeah, it's hot. Okay, let's see. I don't know if I can do this. Hold on. Maybe I'm going to let that rest. Hold the fort. Hey guys, I think they're cooled down enough. But listen. Crispy. Look, it got crispy all around the edges. Some of them crispier than others. Oh, so I'm going to dip it into my homemade enchilada sauce. Now you can dip it into guacamole, sour cream. I could top this with, you know, shredded lettuce and tomatoes and all that. It's kind of hard to eat that way, but I think because the cotija and the mozzarella are in there, it's going to be delicious. And the peppers. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. I'm taking a bite. Going in. Did you hear that? Wow. I mean, it's got some spice, but it's not hot spice. It's delicious. Oh my goodness. And this is like a Southwest French dip. Oh my gosh. You guys. Holy cow. You need to try this. If you haven't tried this with your ugly chicken, you're missing out. This is so good. It's delicious. It's easy. Actually, the prep is really, really easy, and you could make a fun night. I mean, I only did this many with that pint, but think about it. If you did a quart, you'd have twice as many. If you did a couple quarts, you could do a get together. Come on, people, let's can up some ugly chicken. You want to? Anyway, I hope this inspires you to come back next time. Sorry. And I hope that you'll go down in each and every video on this collaboration and subscribe to the people we're doing. Lisa from Sutton's Days. We've got Jenny Goff from her channel. We've got Tulilu Creates. We have Hodgepodge Homestead. And we all have done every day, 5 days a week, we've done a video on how to use your ugly chicken. And it's been so fun and so creative. We have one more week. Anyways, go down, leave a comment in all of the videos, subscribe to all of them, because you're going to be put into a drawing, and all of us are going to send whoever the lucky winner is something. Okay. Bye.